Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Teesha, and today we're doing another pretty big post-burn reviews. I always like to come back. I don't do current burn reviews on every candle, but in a current burn review, I typically burn the candle 2 times for 3 hours, and I just come in with my first impressions. Now, what that's worth to you, take it as you will. But after I've burnt the candle all the way through, I have more thoughts. I feel like it's a better time to come back and just talk about the overall performance. I did really get inspired to do these. I've been doing them the whole year I've been on YouTube, but from the Santa Maria. She does a wonderful job with her post-burn reviews, and she does different topics or categories that she talks about. But again, I just call them post-burn because I've completely burnt the candle down, and I just want to talk about kind of what happened, what I liked about it. Would I rebuy it? Do I recommend it to you guys? Any of those types of things. Did it dud out or did it perform better after a current burn review? I just like to kind of wrap up my thoughts on a candle before I get rid of it. So this week we have 9 3-wicks and 3 single wicks. So we'll jump in with the single wicks, but quite a bit that we need to talk about. So I've gone through 3 of these single wicks from Huntington Home. They all burnt differently, but they all gave me a little bit of a different scent experience. So the first one here is First Snow. I picked this up a few weeks ago. It did burn pretty well. Like you can see a tiny bit of wax around the edges, but it was also a very clean burn. This was the best of the 3 that I tried. And this does just smell like a nice, fresh, clean night after a snow, little bit of cold, like kind of, it's like a cold scent, but it also has a nice like vanilla base to it. And it was just like a fresh vanilla scent. So sometimes I'd walk by it and I got a little bit more freshness. Other times I'd walk by it and it wasn't gourmand vanilla, but like just a vanilla presence. This one threw pretty well. I mean, throws on single wicks, as we know, are hit or miss, but I also did a nice job blending with a couple of the other candles I'm going to talk about here. So overall, I would definitely recommend this one. I know Huntington Homes comes and goes from Aldi so quickly, it's hard to recommend scents, but overall, I think these are $2.49 or something to that effect, and they go on clearance like the week after they come out. So you can get these for super cheap. I feel like overall, especially this one, and the other 2 did a little bit different, but this is worth it for the $2.49. It is like a really nice candle for a small area. They burn just as long as a single or as a 3-wick. I think they get about 22 hours, or it doesn't. This writing is so tiny. You guys, I hope you enjoy watching me struggle. It's a 6.5 ounce, and it doesn't say, but I do believe any single wick I have gets about 22 to 45 hours, which is what is expected from a 3-wick. So the burn time is nice. And again, it wasn't nothing. So for me, any type of scent off a single wick is worth it because of the smaller spaces that I burn it in. But that was my first one. Now, this one wasn't as clean of a burn, but it actually gave a little bit more scent. This is Cereal Milkshake. And I even ended up putting it on the warmer, and just that wax along the sides never kind of came down, which I have a bottom warmer. I've said in many videos I need to get a better warmer, but even though it did leave a little bit of wax behind as it went, this put off a really nice scent of a like vanilla milkshake mixed with cereal bits. Like it wasn't any cereal that I specifically could smell. Like it wasn't Fruity Pebbles or it wasn't, Fruit Loops, but it just had that like sugary, like whole grain sugary cereal vibe with a vanilla milkshake. I have another one of these, and even though, like I said, it wasn't the cleanest burn all the way down, it did get me all the way down to the wick, went all the way to the bottom. So, and when I was warming it, it actually put off even more scent. So I was really happy with this. It looks a little ugly, but that's okay. So that was another one that I actually would recommend unless you just like dislike the way these look. This one was my favorite scent, and it threw really nicely, but the burn all the way around just never caught up. And again, I did nothing. Again, you can call me lazy if you want. I just don't do anything to single wicks to help them along. I don't care to. I mean, you can if you really love the way your candles look, but it's just us around here. So if it's giving me a scent, and I could actually probably warm this one another time or two. There's a nice lemon buttercream, which is the name of the candle, scent to this. So it does have a little bit of a frosting element. It's a nice sweet lemon, but almost has like a little bit of that lemon tartness as well. But this one gave me the most pro, means I could put this in my living room and I could smell this when I was in the vicinity of the candle. But as you can see, it did leave a lot behind. But other than that, I really, really enjoyed it. So for that $2 price point, I'm good with it. They burn clean. Like none of them got sooty either. I just want to show you. It just left a little bit of wax behind. And again, I just didn't care enough about it to like put tinfoil around it or anything like that. The wicks did great all the way through. And as you can see, there was absolutely no soot. So it was a nice clean burn. And I could have done so many things, probably way closer to the top to make that look better, but I just let it do its thing. Okay, so we'll talk about the only non-Bath & Body Works 3-wick that I burnt this week. This is Butter Pecan Ice Cream, and I really just wanted to experience this candle, but I was hesitant to burn it because I've told you guys before, this was my mom's favorite ice cream. She was an ice cream junkie. Her dad was an ice cream junkie. So, and she was like a little woman. I'm just saying because, you know, we didn't share a size after like 4th grade for me, but she could eat ice cream every day, and he could too. He was, you know, Italian, so he was like not even 5 foot tall. She was not, maybe 5'1". I definitely did not get the genes on that side. They would be super tan if they went outside for 5 minutes, and they could eat ice cream every day and not get big. So kudos to them. But this truly was one of her absolute favorites. Like I would get her fancy ice cream like cakes and stuff, and I would always like order this one, and she just absolutely loved it. So butter pecan ice cream, the scent notes are ice cream, pecans, and buttery cream. And I bought this actually off the recommendation of the Santa Maria. I watch every single one of her videos because I think she's a really great reviewer, and I just absolutely love her, the way she describes candles. And when she said this was authentic, I knew I had to give it a try. I haven't looked on the website to see if this is still available. I absolutely should because I'd like to have another one. But this, the entire burn, was the most authentic ice cream candle I've ever tried. And I've tried a lot because, as you know, I love gourmand scents, but it really didn't soot that bad. You know, it's hit or miss with your Goose Creek candles, whether they're going to be a hot mess or, you know, I mean, as you can see, the wax color did get kind of murky, but it really wasn't like I looked over at it and I would see constant plumes of smoke coming off of it. So I was happy with this burn. And the scent was so beautiful and so authentic the entire burn. Even though it was warming, I mean, not warming, burning, it always kept that cold ice cream element as it was giving me my throw. And I loved the like pecan aspect. It was like a scent memory for me. Every time I burnt this candle, I almost could cry because I would just remember little things like I picked up my mom's bed. I'm just like this little witty brat. And so when, you know, any little funny thing that would remind me of my mom, I'm always like, oh, sorry, mom. But I think she enjoyed it. She thought it was funny. But this candle the entire time just made me think of her. So I really enjoyed it. That may be why I'm talking about it so highly. But I also was super fine with the burn. So this one, if you want to try an authentic ice cream candle and you see something like this come back on the Goose Creek website, I highly recommend it. And I'll be buying another one if I find it because this was really fun to burn for me. Now I paired it meaning like I burnt these at the same time in conjunction with each other, toasted hazelnut praline. This one was a hit or miss when it came out, and I did my current burn reviews on this way late, like just last month. And the notes are hazelnut, toasted marshmallow, and vanilla woods. This definitely had a marshmallow fireside vibe to it. I think it was the woods and the marshmallow fireside, but it also really had the hazelnut presence. So I think when it first came out, a few people had said, oh, this might be like peanut or pumpkin peanut brittle. And it really wasn't, except for the fact that they both have a salty, nutty vibe to them. This one really was more roasting nuts over like a marshmallow fireside. So they really played well together because this one had the creamy butter pecan ice cream element. This one had toasted marshmallow, a smoke note, and the hazelnut. So This will be in a blend video so I can share more thoughts. We're probably the same thoughts, but this one also just to talk about. I'm actually really glad I have one backup of this candle, and I thought it burnt pretty good. But as you can see, and again, I'm not comparing anything, I'm just sharing my thoughts. I thought the burn went really well with both of them, or very comparable. The wicks are about the same size. They burnt for about as long of a time. So, I just don't know that all candles, except for soy, are going to be super clean. These weren't overly like sooty. Like I didn't see it physically. There's some candles I'm like, wow, look at my walls. And again, I still think that there's a lot to that cleaning your vents and whatnot, but I didn't think that these did bad whatsoever, but I am just being transparent and sharing with you the color of the wax at the end. So these threw together like a 12 out of 10. I really could smell a gourmand, nutty, bakery element the entire time. Like I said, I was just filled with memories. So what's kind of nice is I'll have that memory with this one, but I really need to get another one of this one. But this was awesome. And again, I'll share that with you in a fresh blends video. We got to keep moving. Okay, so I've bought like 6 of these at the 75% off price point, and I just decided I wasn't quite done burning my winter candles, but also for the spirit of Valentine's Day, I kind of was using this as like cinnamon hearts, the candy, or the red hots. So it worked for me. So I used up a holiday. This has notes of red cinnamon stick, Christmas clove bud, ground nutmeg, and I really enjoyed this candle. It is such a strong candle. It still smells amazing. The wicks on this one kind of like got a little long at the end there, but as you can see, that did a really nice job of burning as well. Again, I really don't remember any of these candles in particular being like sooty messes. Maybe one, we'll get to it, but this is like, again, I don't normally do like numbers, or I usually just try to stick to the low, medium, and high. And that can change from a current burn to a post burn. Sometimes the candle gets better in the middle, which is odd, but sometimes that happens. And sometimes it is like super good in the like first 2 or 3 burns. And then at the halfway point, I'm like, oh no, I totally talked that candle up, and then it totally dudded out on me. So that's why I like to do both, just kind of reiterating that. So this one is a powerhouse the whole time. Good luck finding something really that's going to compete with this. A vanilla candle would compete, make it a little creamier. You can have a big space and then separate these, but this is going to go everywhere that's open to it. So this went down my hall. This went under doorways. I could smell this in my bedroom, and it was like the furthest place from my bedroom. So I love cinnamon. Again, I talk about scent memories. This reminds me of my grandma. She was so, like, every year she's like, go get me. I would go shopping for her, towards the end of her life. So she would say, go get me 2 of those witch's burns. And I'm like, you don't need 2. You have a tiny apartment. But she loved a strong cinnamon. She always had those cinnamon discs for candy. She always did the mulled cinnamon, like potpourri type of thing. That was just like one of her scents. So I've always loved this candle. I used to gift this candle to her, and she loved it. No one in my family buys them like me, but they all enjoy someone that overbuys in their life. And so she would love this candle, and I've purchased it pretty much every year. So I will continue to repurchase it, but it has a scent memory for me. So again, it's a little bit, I'm probably talking really highly about it. If you don't like cinnamon and you don't like strong cinnamon, stay very far away from this candle because it is super strong. But I enjoyed using it in February as like a cinnamon hearts Valentine's candy type of thing. Like I said, I've burnt through a few more of my candle day finds or my winter candles because it's just warming up here now. Again, you're going to start to see this little grease ball get greasy because right at the change of weather, my hair goes from being dry to like overly greasy, and my skin does as well. But now we're going from like 30 in the morning to like 72, 75 by afternoon. So that's what we're doing over here. And again, this is afternoon. So, I mean, my hair held up okay, but my skin, I don't know. This is hot buttered rum. I don't know why I went on that tangent, but you guys know I do that all the time. So hot buttered rum, I really did enjoy burning in conjunction with salted caramel eggnog. And this has notes of dark buttered rum, warm caramel, mulling spice, and vanilla bourbon. Now, as we're saying, this one did get loud. It was really burning hot and vicious pretty much the whole time. This candle burnt down in just a couple of days. And I know that I say that every once in a while where I'm like, I light it and I run to the restroom and I come back and it's half gone. That's this girl right here. But the scent that it gave off was so delicious. A lot of our candles that are drink or boozy themed candles lately we were calling virgin because they don't seem to have the boozy element. This one, in fact, my friends, felt like a night. I called it my granny toddy drink candle because I felt like every night that I lit this, I wanted to have like a little hot toddy with it. It really came through with the rum and the bourbon. I could smell it the entire time. It was very strong. I felt like I was on some kind of tour, where I'm like in a place where there's a lot more of it than me. But it really gave off a strong throw. I didn't need to blend it. I just did because, again, that's something I like to do. So it didn't need help at all. This was a very high thrower. And I'm happy to say that because I'm not sure when I was watching other people talk about their candles if they did say this was a high thrower, but it was a short time that I enjoyed it, but it was pleasant the entire time. The burn wasn't, I mean, the wax didn't get, it's murky, but like it just, like, you can see how high the flames were. And you can see I didn't really trim the wicks. I just kept taking off the mushroom tops. But like it really, really was burning hot. So, I had to watch this candle just because of that. But I watch my candles when they burn. So I like the ambience of it as well. But yeah, this one I really enjoyed. I think I have another one, which I'll save for next winter because I really feel like this works in colder weather. You can burn your candles whenever you want to, but when the seasons change, what I want to burn changes, and it doesn't stay that way like 100%. I'll still try new things, but like when it gets warmer, I want to switch to fruity, tropical. I mean, even some sweet floral. I just want them to be a little lighter. I like the throw to be strong, but I just don't like the scent notes or profile to be heavy. This was quite heavy in a good way. It was really, really nice, and it's perfectly themed. Like, it comes out in the winter, and I just think that you really can enjoy it at its best in that cold time. So I could be wrong. You could burn a hot buttered rum in July and love it. The scent is there, the throw is there. So you do you. But the other candle I burnt with that at the same time was salted caramel eggnog. This one got really, really murky, but once I'm getting down to like the 1/3 mark, I don't like time it anymore or really even. So that's probably on me. Like I said, trash pan over here, but it wasn't as like high flame. This one lasted a little bit longer than hot butter rum. Hot butter rum was like this, and this one was like it did take a little bit longer to burn through. Delicious scent, but I just like to show you that because, again, this is coming from someone that just enjoys their candles without overly babysitting them in any way. This has notes of gooey caramel, fresh sea salt, dulce de leche, sweet whipped cream, and natural essential oils. Loved this. Loved this so much. All those scent notes come through, and it's strong without being overpowering. It's a really sweet candle, so you have to like sweet because this has got sweetness coming in like 7 different directions. The caramel sweet, the dulce de leche note makes it sweet, but then you get a little sprinkle of the sea salt. It really reminds me, one of my absolute favorite like fancy candies is a sea salt caramel. There's nothing better than that. So if this had a little bit of milk chocolate, I would have said that's what this would have been better named. But you know, eggnog, okay. I mean, yeah, it does have a presence of that. Like I've smelled eggnog, and I can get it from this, but mostly this was just a real sweet caramel. Whipped cream, yeah, it's like I said, it comes in different directions, but I just love that sprinkle of sea salt in here. And it came through in the burn too. So another high thrower. I'll definitely repurchase this. I thought this was a really pretty luminary, by the way. And like I said, these together, my house smelled good. I just called it like Granny's toddy hour, because I was just like, it's like I'm definitely putting booze in my coffee this week. Okay, so the next one, we have 4 more. Let me just keep it moving. One of my absolute favorite scents that came out this year was Winterberry Wreath. I love the packaging. I loved watching this candle burn. This was a candle that I'd set on a little stand by my window that's like right in front of the spot I sit on at the couch, for my just 1 hour at night that I sit there. And I loved watching this candle burn. It's not necessarily a luminary, but the candle light comes through the white parts of the design so beautifully that, like I said, it's just a kind of a part of the experience. The notes are fresh picked orange, juicy blackberry, and warm vetiver. And this has such a high, like a high, what am I trying to say? It has such a juicy fruit element, and it's not high, but it's strong. But then the vetiver, it just makes it like peppery or not spicy, maybe a little spicy. It has almost two things going on at the same time. It's almost like you're burning two different candles at the same time. So the like I said, the blackberry and the orange, like that orange is super sweet. I loved it. I don't get a lot of great orange scented candles. This isn't orange scented on its own, but the orange really came through as a sweet citrus. The blackberry was juicy. The blackberry in this is like blackberry creme frosting or blackberries and basil. Like, you know, it's blackberry and not just some berry. Very distinct and pretty. But that warm vetiver, like I said, it warms it up. It doesn't keep it from going overly fruity. And I don't know, I'm just picking up. So, like I said, this one didn't burn overly sooty either. The wicks kind of not dudded out on me, but like I could probably warm this candle one more time because there's still a lot of scent coming off of the wax, but it's down to like here. So, but yeah, the wicks were kind of the reason why this candle came in at the, like I'm done with it, because I would like walk away and one would go out. And I was like, there's no fans, no windows open yet. Now there are windows open, but when I was burning this, like there was nothing that would cause it to go out, and I just would kind of get tired of it. So, little murky, but not bad. And like I said, overall, the performance of this candle was really, really good. I really, really recommended this when it came out and I first burnt it, and I was like, ooh. So this is the second one I went through. Really enjoy it, and if this comes out next winter, I'll be ready for it. But for now, I have like one backup or something, and I'll just stay put away for winter. And I don't know if y'all do that. I put away my winter candles and I keep out, like, so a lot of what you're going to see now is going to be summer, spring, or new. So, my shelves are pretty full. But what I put away in the closet is like fall, winter, Christmas, because I think I'm done. Like I said, it's about 70 degrees here. So I'm personally done. You don't have to be, but I'm personally done with those scents. I just want to move on to some other things. You may see one here or there, like as I just, come across it and it's not in the closet. I'm like, I'll decide if I want to burn it. But one of the remember my candle mystery solved? I got that package 2 months later and they were all broken except for a couple. I went ahead and burnt because I didn't want to burn the one Gabby sent me. I know that's so silly, but it is special to me now. So I went ahead and burnt, like, two of these came to me in perfect condition. So Pink Fairy Gumdrop, our notes are sparkling sugared berry, pink cotton candy, sprinkle of fairy dust. This is so good. I love cotton candy scents. This one has a little bit of sweet tart with the cotton candy, so I get both. It's like sugar coated, which is some body care that came out last year, mixed with boardwalk taffy. I get both in this, and that's what I love about Pink Fairy Gumdrop. I'm so surprised they didn't come out with this scent for Valentine's Day or for Easter, but at least we got this obnoxiously cute packaging from Christmas, and I will always keep the one Gabby sent me, but I did go ahead and burn through one. Let's look at that burn. I thought this did amazing. These came looking a little crazy, but I thought this candle did a really, really nice job of burning. The wicks were tiny, I will tell you that. So it kind of took its time burning. I got scent off of it. I definitely did get a scent throw, but it really took its time burning, which I don't have a problem with whatsoever. But if the candle flame doesn't pick up, you kind of know, like, at a certain point, you're going to lose your battle with a candle, if you know what I mean. So I warmed this at the end for about a week, and it was really giving me a lot. I can always smell this. I can always pick this scent out. And although it's like a thrower, it's not strong, but it's nice in the amount of throw it gives you. That's just my thoughts. I like how much I can smell this scent without it being a powerhouse, but I also think this is a really fun candle to mix. But I also just really love smelling pink fairy gumdrop. So there's that one. I'm really going slow, you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I picked this up at Sass. Look at that pretty jar. This is passion fruit banana flower. So I have not burnt the new one. I'm hearing people say it's not giving a lot of throw, which makes me sad because this is always a candle that I feel is guest friendly or really safe to burn because it just puts a nice, pleasant, clean scent into the air. It's not overly floral. It's not overly fruity. It has notes of passion fruit, pineapple leaves, and banana flower. All of those notes lean towards a slightly fruity, slightly sweet, slightly floral scent. And this one threw really nicely for me. I can still smell it in the jar. The burn was pretty good. Like I said, it got a little sooty. I guess I'm just like city over here, but I was impressed with them all this week. I really wasn't like none of them frustrated me. So I'm just going to share it like that. Like this is something I'm used to, so I'm not saying get it together Bath and Body Works. I will say get it together Bath and Body Works on the shipping though. That is something that they need to address. Back to the candle. So, I really do get a greenery note more than a floral note in this candle. This is the second one I burned in this packaging. I will burn my new one, but I don't plan to replace it. I always like to keep one of candles I've tried. So like if I want to share it in a ranking video or something, it's nice and it's not like just an old burnt candle because I don't keep my candle vessels. One every once in a while, but this is like slightly smells like a hint of banana, slightly smells like a hint of pineapple, but mostly it smells like a greenery. So what's different about a greenery than a floral is it's more planty, more earthy than the floral scent. So there's not a sweet floral in here. It's more of like a planty scent to me. But I really enjoyed it and it burnt really well with my last candle. She finally made it to the end. I definitely should make these shorter and film them more often, but I just like doing this huge haul of post-burn reviews. So the very last candle I got through, which was amazing, was Banana Cabana. I bought a couple of these last year. They were online exclusive last summer. They may bring it back. It may be an online exclusive again. I don't know if what their criteria is for choosing what's going to be an online exclusive, but when I got this one, I automatically ordered a backup because I really enjoyed the scent. It is covered in my hair. Everything in this house is. This is Sun-Kissed Banana, Sea Spray, and Warm Vanilla. Definitely has a warmth to it, tropically. Tropically. I made my own word. The warmth of the candle smells like the weather has warmed up. So you know how things change when it gets warmer? Something that you like in the cold weather will smell different in the warm weather. This candle was interesting because when I would burn it at night and it was a little bit chillier, I would get more banana. When I burnt this midway through the day, 2 to 4 p.m. was our hottest. I'm not saying overly humid, but getting very spring-like around here. I really got that sea spray and the warm vanilla tropic scent. But this is kind of banana floral to me. It's like banana perfume. It doesn't taste like edible banana. Doesn't taste. I did not taste this candle. It doesn't smell like edible banana. It smells like a perfumey floral banana, but it really throws super great. It burnt super great. Like that is a pretty clean burn right there. And it really just, like just now with the lid off, it smells like it's burning. It smells just as strong as when it is burning. So I really enjoyed this candle. I don't know what made me pull it out to burn it right now. I think it's because I wanted to do a blend with this candle. And I don't think this one is perfumey floral because I burnt it with this one. This one stands on its own. And I just thought this packaging was cute. So this one all around is a super good candle. I recommend this one if you see it. Again, as we're seeing this year, sometimes older scents that we're like, ooh, that's a tried and true, aren't performing as well. But I definitely think, take everything I say into consideration and then watch some other reviews once maybe this comes out in the summer, I'm basically saying. I really enjoyed this candle and that's why I'm talking about it. But I could get the next version and be like, I don't know what they did to it. It's different. But it's still okay to try it because they have such a great policy. I always want to repeat that. unknowingly so, but their policy is great for a reason. You know, I don't think you can go wrong trying some of these candles knowing that you can return them or exchange them if you don't like them. You can't exchange them when they're down here and say that you don't like them, but we know how that goes. So if this candle comes out again, I would recommend it. I'm sad that it's gone, but it was fun to blend, so you'll see this probably in another blend video. I better wrap this up. So let me know down below what you've been burning and loving. And if you enjoyed this long ramble, I would really appreciate you giving me a like and leaving me a comment. And I will see you guys in the next one, probably tomorrow. Thank you all. Bye.